Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Wake and Stretch on this beautiful day. As you can see, Zeus is all ready for his yoga session this morning. He is next to the mat, mind you. Thankfully, he's not on the mat. Lokey is here behind me as well, and as usual, Socks is in the distance, but she'll probably come by if I lay down at some point. The three dogs, yeah. So this morning's Wake and Stretch, I had, I imagined this flow in my head, and it will be, if I'm imagining it correctly, it'll be a little bit on the challenging side, so just a heads up on that. Of course, it has to do with a lot of balance, because it wouldn't be me if there wasn't balance involved, and flexibility of the hamstrings. So because this is going to be a little bit more challenging, feel free to modify or skip or do what you need to take care of your body. That's the number one important thing to know as we go through this flow. Yeah. If you are someone who has a lot of yoga props and you have a yoga strap or a belt or something that resembles that, feel free to use that as well as we go through. He is going to so take my mat. Look at this. Yep, right in the middle. Man. Let's get started. I'm going to see if I can scooch Zeus over so that I can get my mat back. So if you're going to join me, go ahead and grab your props if you need them, and I'll see you on the mat. All right. Let's see if I can wiggle him out of the way. I know. Oh, I'm going to sit right here. How about that? Yeah? Okay. All right. Ow, ow, ow. No biting. So finding a comfortable seated position. I'll just take a few moments to settle into the body and the breath. Deep breaths are always welcome. Yawning is always welcome. A few more breaths here to settle down and settle in. And then let the eyes start to blink open. Before we start into the main part of the flow, let's just get the shoulders moving a little bit. This echoes what I've done, maybe it was yesterday, to open up the shoulders, the upper back, and the chest a little bit. So small contraction, bringing the shoulders forward, and then letting them slide back, opening the chest. So mainly moving through the upper part of the spine. Cervical and the thoracic, if I can be the anatomic nerd just for a moment. So that area that gets tight from sitting at the computer for too long, or hunching over a device, or even though this is more of a positive, hunching over a book. Any kind of hunching. Or maybe you slept on your side and your shoulders collapse inward when you sleep. It's a lot of different reasons for the slumpage. Let's take it one more time. And then from here, I'm going to take my hands behind, interlace the fingers, and give a nice stretch here. You can flip the palms if it's available to you. And I'm actually going to fold forward here. It's okay if the sit bones are high. This is more for the shoulders. Just be mindful that the neck Stay strong. Then from here, gently roll up through the spine. Inhale as you do so you don't get dizzy. And then exhale, gently release the hands and shoulders. You want to give them a little roll, a little shake, a little pop, whatever you need to do here. Let's take a nice tricep stretch. Your traditional tricep stretch. If you want more intensity, lean over to the left if the right arm is up. And then gently come up and switch to the other side. Just coming back up to a nice neutral position. If you have any props, gently remove them. Place them to the side so that they're out of your way. And let's either find child's pose or downward facing dog, whichever one you'd like to move into. I think I have one choice this morning as there's a dog across my mat. So taking a few breaths here, letting the body open up. Let's get the core started a little bit warmer. So if you're in child's pose and you can come into down dog, come to down dog. And inhale, shift it forward to plank. You can adjust your hands and feet as you need. And then exhale, press it back to downward facing. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, pressing it back. Inhale, rolling it forward. Exhale, pressing it back. One more time. Inhale, rolling it forward. Exhale, pressing it back. From here, three-legged dog. Right leg floats up. Bend the knee, outwardly rotate it. Make it a twisted three-legged dog. Then inhale, lift the head, square off the hips. Exhale, step it through. Find high lunge or low lunge, whichever one you prefer. Nice steady breath here as the hips start to open up. Stop chewing my mat, dog. Thank you. And to prepare for the flow that's coming, start to shift your weight. If you're in low lunge, then come to high lunge. Yeah. And then gently start to shift your weight to the front foot, and then exhale it to the back foot. So you're going to inhale forward and exhale back. So you can get nice and light on those toes in the back. And the idea from here is to bring yourself forward into a standing split. Now, this is the first hamstring stretch really, so bend that knee as much as you need to make this available. You can leave the head upward or you can leave the head downward, whatever you'd like. Good. One more breath here. Then inhale, lift the head. Exhale, soften the front knee, keep the leg floating, and then ease it back to the mat. Find that high lunge again. Step it back to plank. Vinyasa, or just slide it back to downward facing. Moving on to the other side. Inhaling the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Give it a twist. Left knee points to the ceiling. Inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hips. Exhale, step it through, high lunge or low lunge. Finding where you need to be on this side. When I come into high lunge, if you're not there already, start to gently shift your weight forward and back, preparing the body and the mind for coming into a balance. when you're ready, go ahead and come into your standing split. One more full breath. Then inhale, lift the head. Exhale, soften the standing knee. Keep your weight on that left foot. Then start to shift the weight back. You're going to gently lower the right toes down. Find your high lunge. Step back to plank. Vinyasa, down dog or child's pose. So we're going to prepare the hips a little bit too, because we're going to need the hips to be happy for this flow. So go ahead and step it forward and find Malasana, garland pose. Active or passive, doesn't matter. You're still going to feel this through the hips and the lower back. And my purpose for this is to get the outwardly rotation of the thigh bones so that the inner thighs are open. The lower back and the glutes so that they're ready when we start to activate them a little bit more. Excuse me. One more full breath. And gently bring the hands down to the mat. If you need more height here, use your block, bring it underneath your hands. We're going to come into Uttanasana, so the hips lift up. Heel toe the feet so they're under your hips. Stick that booty out behind you just to get a nice stretch. And then exhale, curl the belly up and in and let yourself fold forward. So that change in the pelvis, when you inhale and stick the tail out behind you, and then exhale, scoop it up and in, changes the stretch of the hamstrings. Very subtle, but it does. So taking a few more inhales to Ardha Uttanasana and then exhale to Uttanasana. Getting the hamstrings, the backs of the legs a little bit more open. One more time. Good. On your inhale, bring yourself halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. It's okay to do this on a block as well. Left hand will stay nice and grounded and touching whatever you're supporting. Then bend the left knee. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, bring it into a bind or bring it to the waist. Whatever your shoulder will let you do. One more breath. Shift your weight forward towards the balls of your feet. It'll change the stretch of the hamstring. And inhale, extend the arms upward. Exhale, bring it back to Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Right hand now under the shoulder, connecting to the mat or a prop. Bend the right knee. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, stay. On your next exhale, either bring that top arm to a bind or to the waist. Shift your weight to the balls of the feet. If your arm is in the bind, gently release it up. As you exhale, come back to Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Prop out of the way. Inhale, reverse, swan dive, coming all the way up through vertical. Exhale, hands come to the heart. A nice full breath here with the arms. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Now let's do one more. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. All right, let's take a full sun salutation now. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, dive it forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold hands down, step and float back to plank. Lowering down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so here we go into the flow that popped into my head this morning. So inhale that right leg up and back, make it a twist, three-legged dog. Flip the dog into wild thing. Just because wild thing always feels nice. Flip it back, three-legged dog. Square hips, exhale, step it through, high lunge, so fingertips are down but chest is lifted. Now from here, we're gonna move into warrior three. This requires the weight to shift forward to activate the left hamstring and to come up into a balance. Good luck. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale, press it up, warrior three. Inhaling, coming up through vertical, reach back, grab the left foot, one hand on either side. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Lower belly up and in, knees touching, or the best you can do with the knees touching. Get that nice sensation of the shoulders being square. Lord of the dance, right hand releases. Keep the squareness in the shoulders and the hips. Press the left foot into the left hand. Lift out of the waist and the hips if you're going to hinge forward. From here, coming back up through neutral. Bringing the thigh up to the chest, hands to the heart. Stay here for a balance. Let the lower back release. From here, right hand onto the waist, left hand, peace fingers, come to the outside of the leg, grab the big toe, the shin bone, the knee, or underneath the hamstring, wherever you are this morning, or for this practice. And then come into extended leg, big toe, hold. Modify by keeping the knee bent and holding onto the shin bone. From here, outwardly rotate the leg, head goes away from the leg. And gently bring it back to the center. You're squared off in the hips again. Switch hands on the big toe. Right hand to left toe. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, twist and open. So chest is to the left, hips are square to the front. Bring it back. Connect the left hand to the left toe again. Extend the leg out. From here, bend it back in. Warrior three. I think that's good for now. Fingertips down, standing split. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, gently step it back. Find your high lunge. Exhale where you need. Walk that right leg out. Find lizard pose so that that right thigh is outwardly rotated. You can gently lower down the back knee or stay in the high lunge, keeping the knee upward, up to you. Back toe can do as you wish, either tuck it or not. And either stay upright or fold it forward, depending on how deep you'd like to go. Good. On your inhale, come back up onto the hands, tuck the back toe again, lift the knee. Now we're going to keep this right leg in an outwardly rotated position. So take it even more. We're going to roll into a side lunge, but facing the right leg. So the hips are lifted. Sort of a side plank, if you will. Right arm can come up and over. And then as you exhale, gently lower the hips and let the arm come to shoulder height. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, settle in. If the breath feels better the other way, then do it the other way. It's okay. Then bring it all the way back to the top of the mat. Turn the leg back to parallel. Step it back to plank. Vinyasa, down dog, or child's pose. Taking a brief rest before moving to the second side. say brief, I mean brief. Finding your downward facing dog. Moving on to side number 2. Left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, make it a twist. Stay here or flip your dog, wild thing. Hi. Go ahead and flip it back. 3-legged dog. Square off those hips. Exhale, step it through. Find your high lunge. So from here, pressing through up to warrior 3. So engage the abdominals. Start to gently shift the weight if you're not already. Take a nice big inhale. When you exhale, bring it up to warrior 3. One more breath here, warrior 3. Then inhale, come up through vertical, bend the back knee, reach back for your foot. Setting up for Lord of the Dance. Inner thighs hug together. Shoulders roll back, front ribs closed. Keeping the shoulders and the hips square to the front. Moving into Lord of the Dance. Left arm slides forward. Press the right hand into the right foot. No, reverse that. Foot into hand. Moving into your Lord of the Dance. Inhaling, coming back through center. Exhale where you need to. Let the right thigh bone float upwards, hands to your heart. Balance here for a few breaths. Let the lower back settle after the back bend. All right, coming into the big toe hold, left hand to the waist. Right hand comes to the outside of the thigh. Either hold onto the knee, shin, ankle, or the big toe. Let the leg extend if it will. Breathing here. From here, opening the leg out to the side, rotating the head the opposite direction. Keep those hips square. It doesn't matter how high that foot is. What's more important is the hips. Bring it back to center. Switch the hands on the big toe or the shin bone. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, twist and open to the right. Bring it back through center. Switch your hands on the big toe. Whoop. Whoop. Let it extend. Good. Gently release. Find warrior 3. And standing split, fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, lifting the head. Exhale, bending the standing knee, reaching those toes back, finding your high lunge. Then heel toe the left leg out to the outer edge of the mat to find lizard pose. So the rotation comes from the thigh bone in the hip. Gently lower the back knee if you wish. Back foot can do as you'd like. Either stay upright and enjoy the stretch here, or if it's available to you, go ahead and fold forward. Here comes the rain. You hear it coming? Yes. I love yoga in the rain. All right, so from here, coming up onto the hands, tuck the back toe, lift the knee, rotate the front thigh to parallel. We're gonna rotate. Oh wait, I'm wrong. Keep that thigh bone outward. Sorry, I got distracted by the rain. We're gonna turn to face the left side of the mat. Roll onto the pinky edge of that right foot. So you're in a modified side plank. Then let's take that left arm, bring it up over so that the hips lift a little more. And then gently sit the hips down, arm comes to shoulder height, pointing in the same direction as the bottom toe. Inhaling, lifting the hips and getting a nice side stretch. And then exhaling and sitting down. Inhaling up. Exhaling it down. Even if the breath is different than the other side, it's okay, as long as you're coordinating it. Then bring that hand back down to the front of the mat. Flip yourself to high lunge, find plank. Vinyasa, down dog, child's pose. Take rest for a few moments. All right. Finding your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the head. Stepping your feet up to the top of the mat. Bring the inner edges of the feet together. We'll come into a chair pose eventually, so we're preparing for that now. Then exhale, fold into your Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips. Sweep the arms up, chair pose. Exhale, hands to the heart, belly lifts up, shift the weight to the heels. Inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to stay in chair for a few more breaths. On your exhale, hands to the heart, give a twist to the right. So you can either take the hands to the outer hip and thigh or keep the prayer hands and tuck the elbow around. Make sure that the chest is not resting on the thighs. Also be mindful that the knees stay side by side. If they're not, adjust the hips. When one knee slides in front of the other, it's a hip issue, not a foot issue. From here, shift your weight into the right foot. Release the left heel, step it back. Find your twisted high lunge. You can leave the elbow tucked there. For me, it's a little too intense, and I have actually gotten injuries from that. This is my body. Doesn't mean that's going to happen to you. So that's why you see me coming out a little bit of the twist. All right, inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rotate the front palm. Exhale, reach it up and back, reverse. Inhaling up through center, straighten the front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhaling up through center. Let's go through that one more time. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the palm. Exhale, up and back. Inhaling, coming up through center. Exhale, triangle pose. You have the option of staying here, or if you'd like to move into half moon balance, feel free to move into your half moon. And I did this transition the other day, and I'm feeling it again this morning. Inhaling, bringing yourself up and finding tree pose. Don't move that bottom foot. It's okay if you're facing a diagonal. Find your tree. Nice steady breath. Gently release the foot down. Find your Tadasana. You can readjust now if you need to. Half sun salutation. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to the heart, heel toe the feet together. Finding chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart, shift the weight to the heels. Hands come in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands to the heart, twist to the left. Connecting with the leg, either hands or elbow. Shifting your weight onto that left foot now, release the right heel. Tap it back, find your twisted high lunge. Boom. Finding the balance. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rotate the left palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhaling up through center, straighten the leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, coming up through vertical. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhaling up through vertical. Exhale, triangle pose. Either stay here or move into your half moon balance. Gently coming up into tree pose. Finding your connection, foot above or below the knee. And breathing in tree. Gently bring the foot back down to the mat, finding Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up, take a full sun salutation this time. Exhale, folding forward. Oh, hello, Lokey. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold hands down, step or float back to plank. Move through your vinyasa. Exhale, press back down, dog or child's pose. Gently rolling up through the spine. Bring yourself to a nice seated position. Let's move right into double pigeon. Or if you'd rather the seated variation with one foot flat, feel free to take that instead. Sitting up nice and tall. If you'd like more intensity, feel free to fold forward in the double pigeon. Gently bring yourself back up to vertical. Exhale where you need. We're going to take a half lower to the fish from here. So you can slide the bottom heel a little closer to your hips. Hug the knee in towards your chest. Give a nice twist to the right. And gently bring it back to the center. Exhale, gently release. to the other side. If you want a little windshield wiper in between, feel free to do so. And then stack one leg on top of the other. Or take the seated variation where the bottom foot is flat on the ground, sitting up nice and tall. Just breathe here. Gently bring yourself back up to vertical. Taking half forward of the fish, bringing the right heel back to the hip and then twist to the left. Gently bring it back to center. Untangle those legs. If you want to do a little windshield wiper with the legs, go ahead and do that. And hopefully you're a little bit calmer now. Hopefully the heart rate is a little bit lower. Mine is. I hope yours is too. And then coming onto the spine. Gently lowering down. Bringing your feet right underneath your hips the best you can, unless you have a dog on your mat, or cats, or a child, or something else on your mat. That's not possible. You good, Loki? Yeah? Alright, cool. Alright, so from here, just taking a nice deep breath. Let everything relax. Now let's make our way into bridge pose. So pressing down through the feet, tuck the pelvis, rolling up onto the shoulders. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath, interlace the fingers, arms compress down. If the fingers don't reach for whatever reason, it's okay. You can just press the hands down into the mat instead. And gently release the hands, untuck the shoulders, let the hips come down. Hands on the belly, nice full belly breath. Arms come out to the side to a T. Gently windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Gently coming back through center. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Give a little rock from side to side. Coming back to center, happy baby. Bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side, heels towards the sit bones for a floating bound angle pose. And gently lower the feet down to the mat, finding your reclined bound angle. Arms can go where you'd like them to. On your own time, when you feel ready, make your way into your Shavasana. Gonna have to go extra wide today. Take a nice deep breath, let yourself relax, eyes closed, and take rest. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana a little longer, feel free to do so. I'm going to start to talk how to come out of it. So take a nice deep breath. Find energy in the fingers, toes, wrists, ankles, hands, feet. And give a nice long stretch through the body. And then hug the knees in towards the chest. Give a little rock from side to side. From here, roll onto your right side into fetal position, using your right arm as a pillow for your head. Gently press yourself up to a seated position. Eyes can stay closed. Either bring the hands pressed together at your heart, or one hand on your heart and one on your belly. And take this opportunity as a check-in. How are you feeling after the practice? Physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. If your hands are not already pressed at your heart center, go ahead and bring them there now. Take a few moments of gratitude, something you're thankful for in this very moment. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. So, did you like that new flow? I thought it was challenging. It actually got my heart rate up. Balance kind of does that. It felt good. I don't know. Let me know how you felt after that. If you liked it, just give me a good thumbs up or a like, whichever platform you're watching this on. Yeah. Pardon me while I enjoy the Zen after the practice. So I said this yesterday and I'll say this again. If you have anything that you would like to work on, I love to be inspired by other people. So shoot me a message, make a comment underneath the video, and let me know what you might want to work on. It can be anything. If you're a beginner, which I like to call newbies, by the way, I think it's more fun than saying beginner. So if you're a newbie, if you're a little bit more experienced, or even if you're a seasoned practitioner, and seasoned, you know, somebody who's been doing it for ever, it feels like forever, let me know. I'm happy to collaborate and find inspiration from each other. It's part of the yoga game for me. It is a solo practice, but it's also a shared experience when we do it together. Yeah. So I guess that means I'm going to sign off for now. Have a beautiful day. Hope you're feeling good. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, and thanks for joining me. Okay, bye.